Hey there, this is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck reveal and review. This is of a Dark Tidings deck, and let me see if I can get the name guessing to work here. Okay, name should be on this side. Got it. Okay, so this is Catsalem Prieto, the Uncouth. Alright, well I'm going to guess Shadows and Unfathomable and Untamed. Oh, I got Unfathomable and Shadows, and then it's Star Alliance. Ah. Alright, well, I'm hoping for efficiency in Star Alliance, control and Unfathomable, ramp and amber control and Shadows. Some of these Star Alliance combos for using things can be really good, especially with the Unfathomable. I mean, like if you have a couple of Valucants with Teresa's, for example, that could be really bonkers. All right, so we should be starting with Shadows here. By the way, if I turn the wrong way, you might see I have like something red in my eye. It's not a big deal, but weird eye things. I can see just fine, if you're wondering. Okay, so Mastermindy is a 2-power elf thief with elusive. It says at the start of each turn, at the start of your turn, put a scheme counter on Mastermindy, and it has action. You remove each scheme counter from it and steal one for each one removed this way. Someone was asking me if I prefer this or Monty Bank, and I mean, this is obviously a little safer. It's higher powered, and you're not actually putting amber on it. Monty Bank, obviously, if you could use it right away, it'd be totally worth it to exalt and steal. But it also combos really well with capture cards like Loot or Pillage. So I think in general, I like Monty Bank a little better, especially when it has the right support cards. Hand Cannon is an upgrade with a bonus amber, and it gives a creature skirmish and fight, move 1 amber from the creature this creature fights to your pool. That second effect, the fight effect, is so underwhelming here that it's fine. It's just underwhelming. The skirmish really is probably the real advantage here. Um, yeah, I like the skirmish effect. Safe or Sorry is an action. When you play it, you choose one. Either you archive any number of friendly creatures from play, or you choose a creature and deal 1 damage to it for each amber your opponent has. It'll be interesting. So it'll be interesting to see both if we have any good things to put hand cannon on, and if we have any good things to archive with Safe or Sorry. Otherwise, that deal 1 damage based on the amber your opponent has can actually be a nice effect. Trickle-Down Theory, always nice to see that. It's an artifact and power. It has play, raise the tide, don't forget that part, and then it has Omni, gain an amber if your opponent has 6 or more. So yeah, it's probably good for at least 2 amber over the course of the game. If you have other ways to keep them from forging, then it can be worth even more. And we have 2 of those. Wow. It's my second deck with 2 of these. I like to see that. Francis the Economist is a 3-power elf thief with skirmish and fight. Each player gains 1. That could be nice. If you have him on the board and Trickle-Down Theory's out and your opponent's on 5, you could always push them up to 6, Trickle-Down Theory, and then hold them off some way. Hopefully, maybe with Mastermindy or something like that. Got 2 Francis. Okay. And then Gas Pipes Malone is a 3-power elf thief with before fight, the creature that Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 from its own side. So I think this is supposed to theoretically pair well with Hand Cannon because it gives him the skirmish, and then he has before fight. It's effectively a steal each time at that point before the fight. The creature it's fighting captures 1, and then you get it even if you don't kill it. But it just seems so underwhelming to me. So really, I'd like to get something bigger and put the skirmish on that. Hard Simpson, always a fun card. It's a 4-power elf thief with elusive. After it's dealt damage, you steal 1, but if the tide is low, then your opponent steals an amber from you instead. And I mean, we can do a plinky damage with safe or sorry, but that's really the only way. So got to be careful with that one here. Jackie Tar could deal 1 damage to Hard Simpson, but only if the tide is neutral would that be good, right? Because if the tide is low, you deal 1 damage and your opponent steals, so that doesn't work out. You really would need the tide to be neutral to be able to both deal 1 damage with Jackie Tar and steal 1 with Hard Simpson. But anyway, Jackie Tar is a 2-power elf thief with elusive. Reap, deal 1 damage to a creature, but if the tide is high, you deal 6 instead. That's a really nice effect. Kerwallop, that's really good with the Hard Simpson. It's an action. When you play it, you deal 1 damage to each creature, and you gain an amber for each creature destroyed this way. Very nice. 2 Kerwallops. Excellent. All right. Now we're in business. All right, let's look at what we got in Star Alliance. We'll start off with Away Team. This is a 5-power alien human robot with destroyed. Put each upgrade on Away Team into its owner's archives. So, for example, the hand cannon. Hopefully we'll see some more upgrades as well. Sabotage Mission is an action with the bonus amber. It makes keys cost +1 for each different power value among friendly creatures during your opponent's next turn. So in this case, you are counting up how many different power values are among my creatures, and then add that to the cost of the opponent's keys. Teresa. Aha, this is a 3-power robot. It can be used as if it belonged to either of its neighbor's houses, but it can also be played as an upgrade, giving that ability to the creature it's attached to. So really fun thing is to take a ready creature, put Teresa on that, and then play a Star Alliance creature next to it, and then you get to use that creature that turn. And it's really nice if you can take the creature that has Teresa on it and put a Star Alliance creature on one side and then your third house on the other side. So, for example, if we put it on Jackie Tar, we'd want a Star Alliance creature on one side and an Unfathomable creature on the other. Then you get to use that creature every turn. Ambervac is an upgrade. When you play it, you raise the tide, and it gives a creature at the start of your turn. If the tide is high, capture 2. It's really an underwhelming upgrade, but I guess it does put some pressure to raise the tide, and against a non-Dark Tidings deck, I guess it could be really frustrating if the creature sticks. Got a second Ambervac here. Ooh, Grand Alliance Council. It's an action. When you play it, you choose a creature of each house, and you destroy each creature not chosen. This is a little underpowered in an Unfathomable deck just because you're outside of Dark Tidings, you're not going to play Unfathomable decks, so the ideal case for this card is actually that you'd have a total mirror match in terms of houses, and that you'd have one creature from each house out, and then you could do a total wipe of your opponent's board while leaving 3 of your creatures. But that's less likely in this case. Ooh, Light of the Archons, excellent. This is an upgrade with a bonus amber, and it gives a creature +1 power and +1 armor for each upgrade attached to it. You get this on the creature with Teresa, and you throw hand cannon on it, that's going to be a very nasty survivable creature. Officer's Blaster is an upgrade with a bonus amber. It gives a creature +2 power, and it gives it destroyed attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor. You put that with the Light of the Archons, and the Officer's Blaster is adding 3 power and an armor at that point, thanks to the Light of the Archons. Interestingly, if you have Officer's Blaster on Away Team, then it's going to be up to the player whose turn it is at the time to decide exactly what happens there, which destroyed effect gets triggered first, and therefore whether Officer's Blaster will go to Away Team's neighbor or into your archives. Rocketeer Triska, always like to see that. 4-power human. While the tide is high, Rocketeer Triska's neighbors enter play ready. Or Triska. I like to make it sound like Triska. And that could be great with a number of things. Be good for Jackie Tar, maybe good for Hard Simpson, definitely good for Gas Pipes Malone, maybe for the Francises. Not so good for Mastermindy, but good options and probably really good for some of the Unfathomable stuff we'll see coming up. Shield You Later is another 3-power robot with 2 armor, but it can be played. It's another one of those that can be played as an upgrade, and if it is played as an upgrade, it gives the creature it's attached to +2 armor. And this one, like Officer's Blaster, if you attach this to the same creature as Light of the Archons, you're effectively boosting by 1 power and 3 armor. Technobabble is an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you stun a creature and each of its neighbors that shares a house with it. It's a really nice effect. People tend to group creatures by house, so this punishes that a little bit. Unity or Discord is an action. When you play it, you either use a friendly non-Star Alliance creature or return up to 2 friendly creatures and each upgrade attached to them to their owner's hands. So it can be a quick transporter platform, basically. And I mean, that could be good for, let's see, 2 ambers worth of upgrade value. So it could be okay. If you play the creature next to Triska, put the upgrades on it, then put it back, and then play it next to Triska again, you get 2 reaps out of it. Maybe that could be pretty cool. All right. Yeah, these are cool. This is a really nice house cheat enabling Star Alliance, and I love that. It's there to empower your other houses, really. Let's see what we get Unfathomable. We will start with a Rust Miser. This is a 5-power beast with Reap exhausts each enemy artifact. That's a nice effect. Each enemy artifact. Yeah, that's really cool. I like it. Oh, Allusions of Grandeur. This is an excellent card. It's an action with the bonus amber. When you play it, you choose a house on your opponent's identity card. If your opponent does not choose that house as their active house on their next turn, gain 3 amber. So you want to play this exactly as you would play Control the Weak. You choose the house that you want them to go into. Control the Weak, though, just forces them into that. This gives them the option. And so they can go out of that house. They would just have to pay you 3 to do it, or to let you gain 3 to do it. Which, I mean, I have seen people pass turns from this, and I have seen people give me 3 amber for this. Both are great. So it's a lovely card. Echo Pearl is an artifact with a bonus amber. It's an item, and it has Omni Destroy it to exhaust, stun, and enrage a creature. So really nice board control there. Skyphos, this is just okay. It's a 3-power beast with Hazardous 4, and when it's destroyed, if the tide is high, you archive it. It's fine. Oh, Wrath or Ruin is an action. When you play it, either you destroy a flank creature or you return 2 enemy creatures to their owner's hands. That's pretty cool. That's a nice effect. Brain Drain is an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you look at your opponent's hand, choose a card from it, and put it on top of their deck. Doing this with allusions could be pretty great. I like that. Take away a card, but now you've seen their hand, and you can push them into something that would not be helpful for them. Call of the Void is an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you exhaust a creature, but if it was already exhausted, you destroy it instead, and its controller loses an amber. That lose an amber is easy to forget, but it's a great part of the effect. So I like it. Flamegill Enforcer is a 6-power Aquan that says after your opponent raises the tide, enrage it, and it has action capture 3, which is that's a lot of capture. Hookmaster is a 4-power Aquan with 1 armor, and fight if the tide is high, your opponent loses 2 amber. 2 is a lot. This would be a great creature to get skirmish on, or to get all these upgrades on. I would love to have a superpowered Hookmaster for sure. Maelstrom is an action. When you play it, you put each creature on top of its owner's deck in a random order, and then you gain 2 chains. Nice board control. Recusals Chant is an action with a bonus amber that exhausts a creature, but if the tide is high, you exhaust each creature instead It's a great enabler for, say, Call of the Void, um, and just really slows down the opponent. So I like to see that. Sink or Swim is an action. When you play it, you either make your opponent discard a random card from their hand, or you exhaust a creature and each of its neighbors. Yeah, more great stuff. And that's it. So let me see how many Amber Pips we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just 10 Amber Pips, but I think we're going to end up with a lot more than that by the time we're done here. Didn't feel like too many creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 creatures, but 2 of them can be played as upgrades. So that really is not a crazy high creature count, and that could be pretty nice. So what we're doing is we're controlling, we're playing the creatures we have, we're maybe getting a big Voltron, and probably not even worried that much about like a Quixel deck, for example, because we can just build one big Voltron that's going to do great work, and not be usable every turn because it won't have neighbors from each house, but still be pretty good. Um, yeah, so that seems pretty interesting. I will look forward to trying this one out. And again, this was Catsalem Prieto, the Uncouth. I hope you enjoyed and that you'll get out and forge some keys.